The shipping forecast. A shipping forecast is always given area by area. Areas are always given in the same order. Contiguous areas can be grouped together, and the format is always the same. It contains the issuer and date, the statement of gale warnings, a general synopsis, the forecast for each zone, and then reports from coastal stations, if any. Let's look at an example. The shipping forecast issued by the Met Office at 1130 on Monday, October 2, 2017. There are warnings of gales in Shannon, Rocco, Malin, Hebrides, Bailey, Fair Isle, Faroes, Southeast Iceland. The general synopsis at 0700. Low 150 miles west of Rocco, 975. Expected Northern Iceland, 965 by 0700 tomorrow. New low expected Thames, 1002 by same time. The area forecast for the next 24 hours. Viking, north at Syrah, south at Syrah, south backing southeast, 5 or 6, increasing 7, perhaps gale 8 later. Occasional rain, good, becoming moderate. Forties, south backing southeast, 4 or 5, occasionally 6, backing northwesterly later. Occasional rain, moderate. The forecast for each zone is always the same. It begins with the wind, then the weather, and then the visibility. Let's look at an example. Viking, north at Syrah, south at Syrah. South backing southeast, 5 or 6, increasing 7, perhaps gale 8 later. Occasional rain, good, becoming moderate. As you can see, this begins with the name of the zones to which the forecast applies. Viking, north at Syrah, south at Syrah. Then, a description of the wind direction, change in direction, and change in force. South backing southeast, 5 or 6, increasing 7, perhaps gale 8 later. These numbers, of course, refer to the Beaufort wind scale. Then follows a general description of the weather. Occasional rain. Last, a description of the visibility. Good, becoming moderate. In the second example, Forties, south backing southeast 4 or 5, occasionally 6, backing northwesterly later. Occasional rain, moderate. This forecast applies to the area Forties. Then comes the wind direction, change in direction, and change in force. South backing southeast 4 or 5, occasionally 6, backing northwesterly later. 3 words are used to indicate when something is going to happen. Imminent. Imminent means within the next 6 hours. Soon means within 6 to 12 hours. Later means beyond the next 12 hours. Then comes the weather, occasional rain, and lastly, the visibility, moderate. Wind direction always describes the direction where the wind comes from. The wind can be northerly, easterly, southerly, or westerly. Of course, you can make combinations, northeasterly, southwesterly, etc. The change will be described with the words backing when the wind turns anti-clockwise, veering if it turns clockwise, or shifting if it jumps from one direction to the opposite direction. Wind speed will be described as increasing or decreasing. Of course, the numbers will refer to the Beaufort scale. For visibility, the word visibility is never pronounced. However, you know it is about the visibility because it comes last, after the description of the general weather. For the visibility, 4 words are used. Very poor, if the visibility is below 1,000 yards or half a mile. Poor if the visibility is between half a mile and 2 nautical miles. Moderate if the visibility is between 2 and 5 nautical miles. Or good if the visibility is beyond 5 nautical miles.